successful I became, the more the imposter syndrome would develop on the inside.
Okay.
Because it had happened so fast, I didn't think I deserved it. So the mid 90s to like the late 90s is when I was really in the throes of my disease. And I just started to, conduct myself in a way that I wasn't really proud of. And I just didn't have any hope anymore. And I just, said, it. I just didn't want to be in that game anymore.
Y'all ever wonder what really went down between Ajai Sanders and her castmates on A Different World?
Kim, look what my roommate did to my skirt. The girl's got a boonda straight from the motherland.
We heard it wasn't all peace and love on that set. Grab your popcorn, because we're diving into all the tea and drama this 90s star has been serving, from Hollywood beef to family struggles.
So I lived with my dad for 5 months until he kicked me out of the house. And we had this big argument about something that meant something to him. And so when I got kicked out of the house, I dragged all of my clothes to my my school campus. I was going to Santa Monica College at the time, and I was in their
SMC.
dance. Yeah, I was in their dance program. And so I trash bag full of clothes into dance class. And my friends were like, what are you doing? What's that? And I told them what happened. So then my friend offered for me to live with her and her family.
And trust, you won't believe what Sis is up to these days. Ajai Sanders, real name Angela Marie Wilson, came into this world on October 1st, 1967 in Dallas, Texas. Grow up with no silver spoon, but Sis had the gift of gab and a fire in her heart.
I would go down to the club all the time with my friend Corinne, and so one night a comedian was late, and the comedy club owner, he was like, "Hey, so
You want to get up there?
can you introduce Robin, because we got to get this show started?"
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, "Okay." And I sucked for a lot of time.
Sucked as a comedian or
as a comedian,
Okay.
I didn't know I was supposed to be funny.
Saw a woman in the back with her hair braided, just like my wife. Hair braided up so tight she can't even close her eyes when she go to sleep.
And so he kept asking me to do it. And I was like, why is this guy asking me to do this? I'm not a comedian. I'm a dancer. Like, anyway, I'll do it. But I don't know why. So he kept asking me to do it every single week. And I kept showing up and doing it. And then Robin Harris pulled me to the side and was like, hey, listen, you got good stage presence, but you need material.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm not really funny. I'm not a comedian. He was like, actually, you need to say something if you're going to introduce me. You need to have something to say.
Right.
So he sort of mentored me and showed me the ropes. And so when I realized I had to be funny, that place was really my university. Like, that was the spot that I saw every great comedian perform, and I just started taking notes. And literally about 2 years later, some folks came down from New York producing this new show called Def Comedy Jam.
Oh.
And they wanted to audition us. And they came down. That was the hottest black comedy club in LA. So they came there and saw me and offered me 7 minutes on HBO.
She started out in comedy clubs, telling jokes and bringing that real talk humor people couldn't get enough of.
And for that particular part down there, he called it his kitty cat. And every time he wanted something, he said, here, kitty, 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 kitty.
And then boom! Her big break came when she landed on A Different World in 1991.
And if you are alone, girl, just get that jam and jelly, rub it right in, heats right up. That's right.
First of all, before I even got on the show, I was homeless. And no car. I had lost, a few things at that time. And because I quit my job as a waitress because I was like, I have a dream and I'm going to stick to it. And that led me to having to sleep on a couple of couches and stay with a few friends until I had got my footing. And so I got this audition, and I was hanging out at Tisha Campbell's house for a while. She and I were really good friends at the time, and she allowed me to stay at her house because I had lost my other apartment because my roommate at the time kicked me out because he was like, well, you don't have the rent, so you can't live here. That's fair. So I kept saying, so she was like, you can come live with me. And I was like, okay. So I kind of stayed with her for about 2.5, 3 weeks. And around the same time, the tide was turning.
Okay.
See, I just say this, there's a time in your life where, you have to have the kind of confidence that nothing will get in your way.
Right.
And that's what I would tell young people. Like, if there's anything that you will have your sights set on, you can't let being broke get in your way, being hungry, being homeless. If you are confident and relentless in your dream, it will you, because that's what happened with me. Because I was like, look, I'm gonna get this no matter what. And so I would run the I knew I got my sides. I auditioned and I got a call back. And so then Tisha was like, let's run these lines every single day until your callback day. And we did. And I had to wait 2 weeks before my next callback because I had to go back for the producers. And so I every day running the lines, running the lines, running the lines over and over and over. So she was like, AJ, you got this. And in my soul, I knew, because I was like, either I'm gonna get this or I'm gonna go back to Texas, because those were my only two options.
Yeah.
At the time, I was out of ideas. I had nothing else. I had no more game. I was like, I gotta get this. So nappy hair. I walked in with a hat on, trying to be cute, looking like a college student, and I walked into that office with all these producers. It looked like a sea of people, and everything just went blurry for me, and I was like, let's go. And I ripped that thing up. They laughed, told me to hold up. And the same day, I went downstairs and read with the cast. And they said, this is AJ. She'll be playing Gina.
Playing Gina Devereaux, AJ Sanders brought that sass, quick wit, and a little extra spice.
Audition for a different world, and so I booked it. And at the same time, I went to New York to film Def Comedy Jam. So around the very same, I want to say within the same week, both shows aired at the same time, the same week. And so my career literally like took off like on a whirlwind. And
now you're not just recognized in commercials, you're on a major show.